Welcome to C-Motor today. We're hitting the trail with a motorcycle that captures the true spirit of dual sport riding. Rugged, responsive, and designed to make every ride feel like an adventure. The 2026 Yamaha DT 200R, from the very first shot, this bike doesn't just look ready to move. It feels alive, sleek, yet purposeful. Rugged yet refined, the DT 200AR is built for riders who want a machine that's at home, both on dusty back roads and winding paved bends. Whether you're a seasoned dirt trail enthusiast or a rider looking to explore off-the-beaten-path terrain, with confidence, this bike promises to take you there with style, precision, and that unmistakable Yamaha character. As the camera slowly sweeps across the DT 200IR, parked in the warm glow of early morning light, its profile immediately commands your attention. The long travel suspension, rugged dual-purpose tires, high front fender, and minimalist yet muscular fuel tank all tell a story of capability and intent. This isn't a bike that's content sitting still. This is a motorcycle poised for motion, ready to tackle uneven trails, twisty canyon roads, and everything in between with agility and purpose. The host steps into frame, helmet in hand, standing beside the DT 200R, with a look that says, "Today's ride is going to be special." There's a quiet confidence in the air, not from flash or spectacle, but from engineering honed for real-world conditions. This is a motorcycle that's as comfortable darting through tight single track as it is cruising unbeaten stretches at sunrise. The design language is unmistakable, purposeful, balanced, and built to perform, with a twist of the key and a press of the starter. The DT 200RS engine comes to life with a crisp, energetic hum, a sound that speaks of readiness rather than aggression. This 200cc air-cooled, single cylinder is tuned for torque delivery where it matters most, down low and into the mid-range, where traction control and rider engagement all come together. The throttle response is intuitive and immediate, inviting the rider to move forward with confidence and fluidity. This is a bike that doesn't just run, it responds as the bike rolls forward. The camera follows with dynamic, low-to-ground angles that capture every bit of motion, suspension compressing and rebounding, tires adapting to unpredictable surfaces, and rider movement, syncing with machine intent on a stretch of broken gravel. The DT 200R doesn't just cope, it dances. The long travel suspension absorbs bumps without fuss, allowing the rider to focus on line choice and momentum, rather than jolts and jolts alone. This is where the DT 200AR begins to show its true nature. Composed, confident, and unfazed out on a narrow dirt trail flanked by tall trees, the host stands lightly on the pegs, letting his body move fluidly with the bike. Lean forward, slight shift, and the DT 200R listens. Its lightweight chassis translates intention into motion. With precision, it doesn't just follow your input, it anticipates it. This is a dual sport experience that feels both alive and intuitive. Every twist of the bars feels like a conversation between rider and machine, as the visuals transition from shaded forest paths to open fields, bathed in morning light. The bike begins to reveal another layer of its personality on open dirt roads. The engine's torque sings as it pulls smoothly and confidently. This is not a frantic rush of power. It is a steady poised delivery that invites exploration, whether accelerating out of a sweeping bend or cruising along a quiet back road. The DT 200R feels balanced and composed, every gear offering usable performance without drama, just presence transitioning onto pavement. The DT 200AR shows why it's a true dual-purpose machine. Lean into sweeping asphalt curves, and the bike feels planted and communicative. The suspension, while tuned generously for off-road responsiveness, doesn't feel floaty or unwieldy on tarmac. Instead, it finds a remarkable balance, a ride that's stable, engaging and confident, whether you're winding through canyons or navigating a country highway. The ergonomics of the DT 200R are thoughtfully crafted for both comfort and control. Yamaha has calibrated the seat height, handlebar position, and foot peg placement to allow an upright posture that's natural and reassuring. You don't feel perched uncomfortably high, nor do you feel curled into an aggressive crouch. It's balanced, intuitive, and built for long days in the saddle, whether it's trail exploration or a long weekend out on the highway. The cockpit is clean and purposeful, a simple yet effective. Digital display gives you essential information at a glance speed. Gear position, fuel level, trip data, all presented without overwhelming distractions. There's no unnecessary clutter. No barrage of menus, just clarity, so your focus stays where it should on the horizon ahead. As the ride unfolds through rolling fields and quiet country lanes, the DT 200R feels alive beneath you, a living machine that responds to every nuance you give it. The engine's smooth hum blends with the sound of wind and the rhythm of the road, creating an almost musical cadence that mirrors the harmony between rider and machine. This is not just motion. This is feeling motion. At a scenic overlook, where winding trails meet open fields and distant hills, the host eases the DT 200R to a stop and steps off, helmet in hand. The engine ticks softly as it cools in the gentle morning breeze. He gazes across the horizon, a quiet realization settling in. This ride is not about where you end up, but how you felt every meter in between, and that right there is the essence of the 2026 Yamaha DT 200R. For newer riders, this bike is an incredible confidence builder. It doesn't overwhelm with power spikes or overly complex electronics. It delivers smooth, intuitive torque and handling that lets you grow with it, developing skill, precision, and joy with every ride. Its approachable nature means you're not fighting the bike. You're learning with it for seasoned riders. The DT 200R offers a refreshing return to fundamentals, connection rhythm, balance, and smooth yet engaging performance. There are no unnecessary gimmicks here. Instead, you get a motorcycle that rewards finesse, encourages flow, and makes every ride feel like a conversation between rider and machine. The brakes on the DT 200R are composed and reliable, responsive enough to slow you down confidently before a tight bend, yet smooth enough to let you modulate your approach precisely. They're the kind of brakes that enhance confidence, rather than interrupt it as the afternoon sun casts long, golden shadows across quiet country roads. The XT200R continues its journey smooth, composed alive with motion. Every lean, every twist, every meter feels intentional. This is more than a ride. This is connection. A connection to the road, to the ride, and to the horizon that stretches just beyond view. On C-Motor, we celebrate motorcycles that move you not just physically, but emotionally, machines that turn ordinary roads into extraordinary experiences. The 2026 Yamaha DT 200R is one of those rare bikes that doesn't just transport you from place to place. It makes every second of motion feel meaningful. It reminds us that adventure isn't always about horsepower or acceleration. Sometimes it's about presence, rhythm, and the joy of being alive on two wheels. Wherever your next ride begins, a quiet morning street, a winding back road, or a dusty trail that calls your name, this bike stands ready. It doesn't just ask where you're going. It tells you to make every moment on the way count. And from all of us here at C-Motor, thank you for riding along. If this adventure inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because the next horizon is already waiting just beyond the next bend.